The new era begins as Nuno takes the helm at Nottingham Forest. But what the hell can we expect tomorrow? Welcome to Grumpy Old Reds, or Happy Old Reds. How do I stop this sound? Someone say something. I've just put us live on Instagram, and I don't know how to mute the stupid thing.
It sounds all right to me.
No, it's fine. I'm just hearing the sound coming through twice. It's doing my head in.
I'll say something. If any, we're gonna show a lineup tonight. If anybody's got Chris Wood in their lineup, then you're a bunch of pricks.
If I close that, does it end it? Hi guys, by the way, no technical difficulties here. Good to see you. Hope everyone's doing well. The usual stuff. But yeah, we're trying to go live on Insta as well. I don't know if that works or I just messed it up. How you boys doing on the panel?
Yeah.
All good, all good.
Actually looking forward to a game for the first time in several weeks, which is nice.
Am I?
Hey! Laggy's back.
He's fine. He's not lagging. He's just really pixelated.
Oh, am I lagging now? Oh.
You're not. You're just pixelated. Anyway, let's get into this, man. There's a lot to talk about, right? There's a lot to talk about. And I kind of want to start with this Marinakis thing. I'm sorry, it's wound me up. I know it's not relevant to the game tomorrow, but the hate he's getting at the moment, boys, is it justified or not? Because I don't think it is. It's just weird that he is getting hate. What do you guys say? Should people be hating on Marinakis because he got rid of Cooper? And apparently, and I got to call out The Athletic and Senor Taylor. Why these stories have suddenly come out right now is just ridiculous. And it's like so well timed, isn't it? It's like, what, man? But and what's your thoughts on all of this?
Well, first of all, on Taylor, he's a journalist. It's his job. I mean, they all do it. I've not read. I saw a couple of, bits out of it. I'm not reading that shit. Mr. Marinakis, I think hopefully people know where I stand on that. But the fact that he's getting any criticism whatsoever is beyond my comprehension. Cooper people will say he got us out of the second, what used to be the second division a few years ago. He got us out of the championship. But where were we before Mr. Marinakis came along? Can anybody remember where we were? Were we riding high in the Premier League? Have I missed something? Because I thought we were languishing year after year after year in the Championship. Mr. Marinakis comes along, puts a load of money in, gets some ambition into the club, appointed Steve Cooper and got a promotion, and now we're in a Premier League side. I can't understand why anybody would criticise that. Are they criticising him because he sacked Cooper? If so, they should be praising him because he hung on to him for a lot longer than most chairman would have done, and that is for sure. Most chairman would have got rid of him a long time ago. So he was more than patient with him, and the guy's got loads of ambition. He's putting loads of money into our club, and we're doing well. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, the thing is, Crypto, they're going on about, there's a lot of revisionism going on now. Obviously, it's all triggered by the sacking. I don't really want to talk about Cooper tonight, so we're not. But it's also the revisionism on the recruitment strategy. And to be honest, I wasn't hearing many people complain when we signed Sangare, Dominguez, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Murillo, etc. But now suddenly, everyone's got this like, the recruitment's wrong. It's scattergun. I've seen that word a lot. Marinakis is just throwing money. He rules with emotion and all this stuff. What's your take on it, Crypto?
I mean, the problem is you're always going to have a division in the fan base because it's like Rob being a politician. Half the people are going to agree with you, half the people are going to disagree. If he kept him on and we got relegated, or if we didn't do very well this season, then the other half of the fan base would complain. So you can't please everyone. I think at the end of the day, it's his business. He's invested millions and millions of pounds into it. He's got to decide when the time is right to make that business decision. the thing with the people defending Cooper is that a lot of them say, "Oh, you know, he would have done better than Nuno could do," but they're completely ignoring the facts. I mean, we've had one win in, was it 18 games or something? It's just like Ant said, he's lasted way longer than any other Premier League manager would have lasted.
Yeah, go fresher, mate.
Hey? I don't know.
Sorry, I'm lagging.
I think Ez has just realised the stream started.
Go ahead, Curta.
Yeah, sorry, I lost my flow there. So yeah, I mean, look, people are going to blame Marinakis. People would blame him if Cooper was still here. You can't please everybody. But yeah, he has to make the business decision. I think I do agree though that I prefer the managers to pick the players. I know Sangare was a big signing, but I'd still prefer it if it was Nuno who wanted him to play for the team, as opposed to Marinakis saying, "You've got to play this guy. He's our big signing of the season." Because at the end of the day, it needs to fit Nuno's philosophy as well in regards to the setup of the actual football going forward. But yeah, look, you're always going to get people agreeing and disagreeing. There's not much you can do about it. But there's no need for, you know, the abuse and stuff. I mean, even to people like Worrell, some of the abuse I've seen on Twitter towards Worrell is pretty bad.
Wow, if you're saying that.
Exactly, yeah. And I haven't even been banned by Worrell yet. So I'm just waiting for the perfect moment to send him something. But
you've not been banned because you've only been on 2 days and you've not mentioned him.
That's true, yeah, that's true. But but yeah, look, I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. And if you're a happy clapper and your opinion's wrong, then it doesn't matter, but you can keep saying what you want to say.
Just on this era that's coming up, I mean, a lot are excited, some are maybe not, and what have you, but it's a huge game, I think, tomorrow. Just before we get into the actual game, let me just shout out the legend that's Stoned Roses, man. I love that name. With the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, bro. Matt, make sure you show Stoned Roses, man. Our very own John Squire in there some love. You too, Phil, and Sevenless as well. Congratulations. There's a couple of others. They haven't come through on my feed. But yeah, the game tomorrow is going to be interesting because there's still talk about do we sing Cooper's name or not? Do we I've even seen people saying let's do it on the 23rd minute because it was 23 years since we came up to the Premier League. And I just look, people can do what they want, right? It's their choice, but I can have an opinion on what they do, is what I'd say. And there's people laying flowers, as I said on the stream earlier, outside the training ground, like someone's died, man. And it's like, come on, man, seriously. It's like, move on. And I just want to ask you, because you're more mature in the years, maybe not mind, yeah. When Cloughie went, because I can't really remember it as a kid. When Cloughie went, were they all over the place laying flowers and stuff? Did anything like that happen?
It was nothing like this at all. I think it must be the modern age or something. It's Twitter and everything, isn't it? Social media, everybody getting on there, everybody can express their opinion. Whereas in normal circumstances, you wouldn't hear those silly opinions. No, it wasn't like this when Brian Clough left. Basically, I mean, it was slightly different then because Cloughie was very ill and he was drunk all the time and he obviously couldn't do the job. You know, he should have been gone before the season started in reality. So the Forest fans were kind of, they accepted it. It was sad, ending the era, but we knew the time had come. Whereas these people, they don't seem to be able to accept that time is over now. It was great. At the end of the day, guys, Steve Cooper got us promoted. That is fantastic, especially from the position we were at. But he's not the first. But he's not the first person to ever get a team promoted. There have been other managers that have got teams promoted throughout the years. In fact, I think 3 of them did last season. And one of them's already gone. One of them's already gone, by the way. Huh?
Hopefully he's the last person to get us promoted.
Yes, yeah. But you understand what I'm saying? It's a fantastic achievement, especially for us with all the years and everything. But he's not the first and last manager to get a team promoted. As I say, 3 of them did it last season. One's already gone. the other two are looking on shaky ground as well. So, you know, it's not that big a deal. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but it's not that big deal sacking a manager that is failing in his job. And he was failing in his job. He was failing. 1 win out of the last 14 games. 2 wins. We should have we should sing his name on the second minute because we've won 2 away games in a year and a half.
Yeah.
You know, it was failing. So he's been sacked. We move on. We've got a new manager. Let's hope he can do a lot better.
I think, again, I don't want to talk about Cooper because I want to move forward. But I just think it's just worth mentioning. The reason I'm mentioning it is because my feeling is, and this is me personally, if I was at the game tomorrow, my focus would be on Nuno and making sure he's feeling welcomed, because there's, you don't want to add an extra hurdle to the manager, do you? Of trying to win over, because I've seen it even in the comments earlier on. I don't know if I can scroll up to them, but people saying Nuno is a downgrade. Nuno can't do this. Nuno's already, you know, a failure at Spurs and things like that. Nuno hasn't even named his first 11 yet. You know, Nuno hasn't had 1 minute at the City Ground. I think if people want to judge him beforehand, again, up to them. But at the very least,
isn't it?
Yeah, and it is like, should we not give him at least a chance to kick a ball, as in managerial speaking?
Let him get his foot through the door before you start trying to. I'm there. There's a lag, isn't there?
Talk. We can hear.
We tried to do everything earlier to try and sort this shit out, but it's a connection issue, guys. It's not my fucking internet, so shut the fuck up in the chat. But anyway, going on to this game, there's absolutely no reason why Nuno shouldn't be getting the backing of every single fan who's in that stadium tomorrow. He's done nothing wrong. He's come into a situation where it's been thrust on him, and he's a man who's stepped up. And I think anybody who even thinks about singing Cooper's name it really needs to get their head checked, because I've heard you guys talking. Obviously I've been in and out, but it's like somebody's died. He's not died, and honestly, once he takes his next job, he's not going to give a damn about Nottingham Forest. And if he is paying lip service to us, and that's what he does. He's a PR man, and that's all he'll ever be. Some of the stuff that's going on right now is what's making me actually hate Cooper, because of what he's caused, the destruction he's kind of left behind. Because these people seem to think that he's the only person who's ever achieved anything in world football. Forest were on their knees. Yes, we were on our knees, and he got us off our knees. But now is a time for us to move on. There was no progress with Steve Cooper. There was never going to be any progress with Steve Cooper. Get over it, back the new manager, and make sure 100% you're backing him tomorrow, because I want to hear the City Ground become a cauldron again tomorrow, and all in favour of the new manager, the new start, the new beginning. Cooper's gone. Thank you for what you did, but your time's over. Your time's gone. Everybody needs to move on. That's all I'm going to say before I lag out again.
Yeah, I think it's a fair point. It's a fair one. Go on, Crypto.
I was just going to say, I don't see the point of chanting his name when he's not even going to be there. It just seems a bit pointless. I mean, he's not going to hear you. If you're going to chant Steve Cooper's name in the 23rd minute, it's not like he's going to be there listening. It's just, I actually genuinely believe as well that I don't think Steve Cooper himself would want his name to be chanted.
Yeah.
Because it's just a bit weird, isn't it? Like you've got a new guy in and you're chanting for the old manager. It just seems a bit disrespectful in the same way that leaving flowers at the ground seems disrespectful, because that's what you do when people have passed away. You know, you're not going. What are you going to do? Go to your grandparents' grave and say, you know, I'm putting these flowers here for you, like I did for Steve Cooper when he got sacked. I mean, it's like, come on.
You know what? Can you imagine? I can actually imagine Steve Cooper seeing a picture and flowers and going, bloody hell! You know, come on, guys.
It's not normal.
I'm not dead, you know.
Yeah, I mean, come on, guys, get your fucking head checked. It's pathetic.
And look, I want to look at this in a positive manner, because there has been divide in the fan base. it's getting to the stage for me where everyone just feels like they just want to be proven right, you know, and it's like we've had so many messages. Oh, you guys got what you want, blah blah blah. What you gonna, you know, all this stuff. Yeah. I mean, Owen, I am calling you out a little, but what will you guys say if we don't move forward and improve? Who's to blame then? Owen, if I could see into the future, I wouldn't be doing this channel, bro. I'd be playing the lottery. Yeah.
What will you guys do if we do improve? Will you finally get, you know,
exactly?
It's all
get to support your club again rather than a
you got to show it on the pitch. You know, if we lose tomorrow, then Nuno out, get a new manager in. Xavi Alonso, that's who I'm gunning for.
But the question I want to ask you, should we not look at this as an opportunity to reunite, as a fan base? Because like it or lump it, Cooper's gone. Like it or lump it, Nuno is in. Even people who were Cooper out have quite a few of them said, Cooper out, but not sure about Nuno in. Doesn't matter as far as I'm concerned. I think we should just all go forward. If in 6 months' time Nuno's been absolutely crap, then yeah, let's have the debate, man. But before he's even kicked the ball, and is this not an opportunity for everyone just to wipe the slate clean, start again, and let's just be fans again rather than social pundits?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure we're all sick and tired of we've been talking about this for months and months and months, and I personally am sick and tired of it. And I do believe that the fan base will come together. If Nuno, hopefully, I've got a lot of faith in Nuno's tactical awareness and being able to put out a team and being able to motivate players. It's proven it. I mean, he did get Wolves promoted, 7th, and then the 13th they got was in COVID season, which was a kind of funny season anyway. He went to Spurs. Everybody keeps saying he's failed at Spurs. He had a 50% win rate, 5 games games won, 5 games lost. I settle for that right now. I don't know about you guys. 50% win rate. Wow.
Just for comparison, Cooper's win rate is 22%.
Yeah. And he was absolutely not given a chance. Everything was against him at Spurs. Nobody wanted him there for a start. So give the guy a break, right? Now, the other thing, he's gone to Saudi Arabia. And not Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Al-Ittihad. Now, everybody says, oh, he won the league and he won the cup.
Say that again, man. Say that again. What team?
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Al-Ittihad.
That's not bad. There's a little Arab in you. You gotta get the. It's not ha. You gotta get the ha. Al-Ittihad, man. Get it like Al-Ittihad. Oh, there's an Arab in you, mate.
It's not Italian.
And he won the league and he won the cup. And everybody's saying, look, doesn't mean anything. And I kind of agree. But what was those people saying if his team had finished 10th? They'd be saying, he couldn't even do it in Saudi. That's what they were saying. Yeah. So, give the guy a bit of credit, give the guy a bit of time. And I think that he will unite the fan base. I think in a month's time, this will be got, maybe even less. Yeah. Obviously, dependent upon results. If we lose 5-0, 5-0, 5-0, maybe not. But providing we get some acceptable results, because we can't expect really, even as ardent Forest fans, to go to Newcastle and win. I'm not ruling out a draw, mind you, but you shouldn't expect. And also, even tomorrow, how many training sessions had he had with these players? These players, 2 training sessions. So give him a break. Don't expect miracles. I do expect an improved performance, mind you, and I think we'll get it. The point being, to answer your question, is that this is the ideal time for all Forest fans to get together. I hate falling out with other Forest fans. I absolutely hate it, because I always say, look, we're all supporting the same club. We might have a difference of opinion, but we all support the same club. We don't need to fall out about it.
Yeah. I love it. I do. I think we should fall out more often.
Yeah, I know. You're an arsehole, though, aren't you? It's right in your wheelhouse.
just very quickly, I got a few super chats to get through. Maximus, our beloved Cherry in the chat. Bournemouth have a shit record against Nuno, by the way. There you go. More positives coming from a Bournemouth fan. Thank you so much for the 199, bro. Ryan Santo, you absolute legend, gifting 5 memberships. Wow. I think I saw them flash up. Cal, make sure you congratulate excuse me, Ryan. Who else we got? Max, you got it as well. We got a cherry, man. We got a United fan earlier in the cherry. DC as well. Gothmic DC
I think he
and
did it
Stuart.
twice.
And those are the 5 that have got it. No, Harvey got it as well.
I think he did
And
it twice.
Stuart got it. And there's
I think he
loads.
did
There's
10.
loads of you got it.
Yeah.
Loads of you got it. So,
Well,
okay.
5 of them anyway.
5 of them. Well, there's been 10
of them. 10 of
gifted
them.
already. Yeah.
Fair
Okay. I like this question. Crypto, I want to point it your way. Are the next 3 games a free hit? What are your thoughts on that? And chat, what do you think? Yes or no? Are these free hits?
The thing is, for me, really on paper, especially at home, we should beat Bournemouth. Whether it was Cooper in the dugout tomorrow or Nuno, I'd kind of be expecting us to win. So I understand Ant's point that he's only had 2 training sessions, so it's going to be hard for him to choose a lineup, which we're going to discuss later. It's going to be hard for him to have, settled in that quickly. So I don't really expect Nuno to win, but I expect the team to step up and get a win, because I know Bournemouth are in good form, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's Bournemouth. It's not like it's not like they're the best football club in the world. We're at home. We should have the backing of all the fans, apart from the ones who have sold their tickets to go and support County because they follow Cooper FC and not Forest. But apart from them idiots, we should have the backing of all our fans, and we should really stick it to them, I think. We might play defensive, but it's not going to be low block. We won't sit back as deep. I think he'll go with quite an attacking lineup. Obviously, he's already got history with Morgan Gibbs White and Bolly. So it's not like it's completely new to him. At the end of the day, if you look what he did with Wolves, I think he won his first 3 games 1-0. So yeah, personally, I'd like to think that we can win tomorrow. But if we do lose, then we're just going to have to suck it up and listen to all the people saying we shouldn't have got rid of Cooper.
Yeah. I love Carol. Carol's very feisty tonight. The chat, she really is. Carol's really pumped for tomorrow's game.
She brought up a good point, Carol, that Cooper, so for everyone who loves Cooper and is really loyal to Cooper, don't forget that Cooper applied for the Crystal Palace job.
Yeah.
But they don't listen to any of these things. They say, oh, Cooper's the best. And then you say to them, well, Nuno's got a 42% win percentage in the Premier League. Cooper's got 22. Oh, it doesn't matter. The stats don't matter. Oh, but Cooper applied for a job at Crystal Palace. No, he didn't. It's just rubbish. They, like everything you throw at them, they just say it's fake. It's fake news. The Happy Clappers are basically Donald Trump. There's basically a part of the fan base which just love Donald Trump.
Joseph's saying here, I give Nuno until the end of Jan. Do you mean you think he'll be gone at the end of Jan, or you only want to give him till the end of Jan? You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking the same thing. Which way round is it?
Yeah. Clarify, brother. Clarify, bro. There's nearly 300 in here now. Get those likes up, as Jack says. I think it's a bit more than 10. Anthony. Okay, flat earthers.
I knew that would be the response from Owen. I've heard that a few times as well.
Well, let's get into a couple of the chat's comments, because I quite like what South Kaiser said earlier. I can't find it, but he said there's no such thing as a free hit. So did Marky Boy. I know you don't like the term and free hit.
Yeah.
So I assume
I get what you're saying, but that's kind of saying it doesn't matter if we lose. But obviously, it does matter if you lose. So
not particularly. It's kind of like you're expected to lose. I think would probably be the right way to phrase it.
I misquoted myself there. What I meant to say is that gives the impression. Free hit to me gives the impression it don't matter. You go there, you play shit, you get beat, you come home, don't matter. Whereas I say it's not so important that you win, but you must see progression. You must see an improvement in the performance. You must see players playing in the right position and that sort of thing. So in that respect, it's not a free hit. If it's a free hit, you put the kids in. You know what I mean? So it's a definition thing. I don't like the actual wording. But...
Yeah, I think the other point to add on that is that you can lose, but you want to see signals of improvement. I think that's what I'm looking for tomorrow. I want to see, firstly, where's his mind at with certain players? Are we going to see some of the exiled players reintegrated in? I'm not talking about war. I'm talking about the players that have, in my opinion, stuff to offer. What formation is he going to go for? We're about to go through the guys' predicted team sheets, which are hilarious. You guys are going to laugh at some of their selections. So those are the kind of things I'm looking for. For me personally, unless it goes really kind of tits up, yeah, I think Nuno shouldn't even be judged for the next 6 months on results. Obviously, he has to move us up the table. But as we all keep saying, there are 3 worse teams than us in the league. So that's kind of where I stand on where I think things should be over the next few weeks and months. But I said earlier, I think if we can beat Bournemouth with a manager bounce, I see a chance of us going to Newcastle, getting a point, and then beating the scum that is Man U, because Nuno's record isn't just good against Bournemouth, as Matt said, but he always was a thorn in the side for those higher placed teams. And I think tomorrow's that big, and that's why I don't see it as a free hit. Do you know what I mean? It's like, can you see it snowballing going forward?
I mean, tomorrow's not a free hit. No, tomorrow we should be going out there with the. I'm sure we will go out there with the intention of winning, and I think we'll be more solid in defence tomorrow. I really do. I think that's one thing he can get done quite quickly. Obviously, he knows Bolly anyway, so that always helps. He speaks the language, you know, with Murillo, you know. So I think he'll get that defence pretty solid tomorrow. And I've seen things in there saying, and it's only Bournemouth now. I understand that. It is only Bournemouth. But I say that when it's the other way, when people say, oh, Bournemouth are going to smash us, Bournemouth are going to do that. Then I say, hang on, it's only Bournemouth. Yeah. But the other way around, I do tend to say, well, give them a bit of credit and a bit of respect, because they have won 4 games on the trot. They went, now Man U are shit, but they went to Old Trafford and won 3-0. They didn't go to Old Trafford and lose 3-2. They went there and won 3-0. So you've got to have some respect for that, because at the moment we're not.
But Man United are crap.
Yeah, I know they are, but we lost 3-2 to them. They won 3-0.
Yeah, but you know why we lost 3-2, because
of course I do.
Cooper decided to low blockers after about 18 minutes.
All right, no more Cooper talk. No more Cooper talk. We're going forward, Crypto. We're going forward.
Yeah, but that Man U Bournemouth match, Man U had loads of possession, loads of chances, but Bournemouth were able to keep them out and then attack 3 goals. So you've got to respect that. You've got to respect that.
Bournemouth are a good team, mate. Bournemouth are a good team. I mean, I don't like them, but I can respect the team. And speaking of Bournemouth, Max yet again with another super chat, $4.99. Thank you so much, bro. In all fairness, lads, as a Bournemouth fan, we're in great form, but we're away, and I'm not biased. Sadly for us, I think Forest 2, Bournemouth 1. I'll take that. That'd be, no, I won't. I want a clean sheet as well. I want to see a clean sheet. Esmundo, are you back with us?
I think so, bro.
Yes, bro. All right, I'm going to ask you a question, and then you can answer it. Question. Are there any fringe or exiled players that you think Nuno will bring back into the fold? Who would be kind of top of your list for that? Over. All right, we got to give him 5 seconds.
Okay, I think it's dependent on what formation he goes for. It's dependent on what formation he goes for, you bastard. But if he goes, I think I've guessed for he's going to go 4 back, and in this 4 back, I would be bringing in Montiel. I've been bringing Montiel as a right back. If he's not going to play wing backs, that would be one person I'd bring in. I'd like to see actually Felipe in there as well. So he's kind of one that I'd say is coming in from the cold, semi-cold anyway. So that's 2. And Sangare has to come back for me. Sangare has to be in the heart of that midfield for me tomorrow. So if you compare it to obviously what Cooper's been picking, then he's another one who's coming in from the cold. So yeah, they're a couple of them. And I would actually start with Origi up front tomorrow. I would start with a striker. But we'll see what the others think in terms of formation. But I've gone for a 4-2-3-1. And so if one's coming in from the cold for me, go on then.
right, I'm going to bring your team up. Talk the guys through it and talk about your thinking because you haven't gone for a back three. So let me bring that up. Over.
Okay. Guys, we've tried everything to fix this, and it's not my internet. And stop saying it's my internet.
Over.
As the team sheet's on there, like whenever you're ready, bro.
I'm not saying over. I'm not saying over.
Just talk about your fucking team.
I can't see it. No, I can see it. Whoa. Well, that's not my team. That ain't my team.
That's not my
team. I didn't have
either.
Turner in goal. I had Vlak in goal.
All right, ignore Turner in goal, man. All right. Just cut me some slack, okay?
Let me just check.
You said Vlak. You said Vlak. Fine. Okay, my bad.
Did I
just
have,
pretend it's Vlakadimas.
Oh, yeah, I did have Aina. Yeah. I said Vlak. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I bought Aina back. Yeah, I thought I bought Montiel back. No, I bought Aina back from a cold. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think I'd like to see some sort of I think if he's got a back four that he's happy with, he'd prefer to play a back four tomorrow. So I want us just to go on a little bit on the front foot. It's Bournemouth at home after all, and if he's got a good record, we certainly haven't. Well, Cooper certainly didn't. And that's the last time I mentioned him. Cooper certainly didn't have a good record against Bournemouth, but Nuno apparently has. So I would go on the front foot, and yeah, guys, let me know what you think of a team, because I would bring Sangare obviously back in. I'm playing with Mangala. There's no need for me to see Mangala dropped. I think he's been our most consistent player this season, and you got to put MG Dub in his favoured position. So that's what I'd go with, guys. So yeah, just tell me.
Why have you gone for a back four over a back five?
Over.
Ask him again, Wolfie. Ask him again. Over. Oh, no,
as at this age, as at this rate, we're all going to age like Ant has. We'll all look 90 years old tomorrow.
All right, I'll tell you what.
Why have I gone for a back four?
Yes.
I only heard half the question. Well, I haven't answered it. I only heard half the question. Sorry, guys.
4, not 5.
Right, I've gone for a back four. I'm not even. No, shut up. I've gone for a back four because I think it's more progressive for us, especially at home. I don't want to see really a back five at home. So yeah, I want him to start on the front foot. I think tomorrow's the best opportunity for him to start that way. Back four gives us the best chance to have an more attacking lineup. So over, that's my answer. Over.
All right, good. Now shut up. Right, Crypto. What do you think about back four? Because spoiler alert, you didn't go for a back four. Bring your team up in a second.
Yeah, I did.
What are you against him going for a back four? And chat, put 4 or 5 in the comments. What would you rather he did?
I went for a back four.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah,
this is going really well.
I went for really well. I was actually going to drop Nico Williams in there until
I'll bring it up, mate. There you go.
Yeah, so I didn't have Turner. No, not Turner.
All right, that's my bad. All right, just stop highlighting problems right now, right?
Okay. Yeah, but just to clarify, Turner out, never play for Forest again. So I did actually have Nico Williams on the right, and then I watched your video earlier and remembered that he's not great as a right back. He's better as a wing back.
Yeah.
So I swapped him out for Aina. Now I hope that Aina would have a good game, because the last time he played, he made a few mistakes, but hopefully his head's back in it now. The reason I choose Niakate and Bolly together is because I think they're the best headers of the ball. I think they're the best defensively in terms of when crosses come into our box. They're not necessarily the fastest centre-backs, but they're definitely good at heading the ball out, which I think would have helped this season if we'd played them together more. Topolo's been on form. He can run up the wing a bit, get some decent tackles in and put some crosses in. And then I've gone for Murillo at CDM because I reckon Murillo can kind of break that midfield apart and make some decent runs and get the ball out to either Elanga or Hudson-Odoi. We've
Just
seen
on
it a
that
few
one,
times.
Crypto. Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt you, but Maddie's asking why Murillo at 6. We don't even know if he can play there. What have you seen in him?
Yeah, but I mean, we haven't won in 14 games. It isn't matter, does it? Murillo can ping balls out left and right. If he can get up the pitch a bit, you can tell. When I watch him play, it's almost like he wants to play there. He wants to run up the pitch. He wants to get past people. He wants to be more like a midfielder who's creating set pieces. He is good at defending, but I just think he's not great at heading, which is why I prefer Niakate and Bolly there. When crosses come in, there's been a few times where he's kind of not stepped up to the mark in terms of heading the ball away. So I think he's more of a playmaker from the back than a centre back. But I mean, I could be completely wrong, but that's what he looks like he wants to do when he's on the pitch. And then Sangare, I'd have him on the right. Same with Mangala, trying to make the plays, trying to get the ball up the pitch. Sangare can fall back and help Murillo if there's a counter-attack or something. He can help cover that centre with Murillo. Mangala's had an excellent season, probably been one of our best players. He's brilliant at keeping hold of the ball and finding people's feet. And then for the front three, I've put Morgan Gibbs-White kind of in his 10 role, but dropped the striker because I just don't think that Chris Wood and Origi are good enough. There's an argument to play Origi, but all of the journalists say that he's going to go cancel his loan in Jan. So I don't see the point of him. What's the point of introducing him into the team now and then in 4 matches' time he's gone? That to me doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't play Chris Wood because he's probably the worst.
But what are you seeing in Morgan Gibbs-White as a false 9 or a 9?
Yeah, I mean he's probably not going to score, but I don't know. Chris Wood's not going to score, is he? That's the problem I've got. Chris Wood is not going to score. Chris Wood normally sits behind the cams. He doesn't play as a striker. He always sits way too far back. We played a false 9 against, who was it? Was it Wolves or Spurs? And I think it was Wolves, wasn't it? And we actually looked okay. And we had some decent chances and we scored a goal. So there's no reason why those front three can't score. But for me, Chris Wood is it's just pointless playing him there. We've seen it so many times this season. He just doesn't do anything. He doesn't make runs. He doesn't attack. He doesn't shoot. He doesn't do anything really. So yeah, there could be an argument to put Origi there, but if Origi's going to go in Jan, again, I don't really see the point of setting up like that and then having to change everything in 2 weeks' time.
I'm telling you now, the chat are hating your team.
So am I, by the way.
Look, this is the best formation. Don't worry about
that. All right, okay. And you didn't like that team. What didn't you like about it, Ant?
Well, MGW at false 9's stupid. Murillo as CDM is stupid. Sangare on the right of midfield is stupid. Aina at right back, no, not at the moment. I'm not saying stupid because he is a cracking player.
No, I would have put Nico Williams there probably. I probably would have put Williams there.
No, I agree with your point that he's not a right back. I do agree with that.
Yeah, he's better as a wing back.
So, yeah, if you play in a back four, then I probably would have Aina there, to be fair.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't play a back four. So,
but that's you're too low block, and you're too negative.
I've told you. 3 at the back isn't necessarily negative, as you will see from my
3 at the back, no attack.
3 at the back, no attack. You've been busy on those lines, you have, haven't you? Okay, I'm gonna bring Ants in just a second, chat. But and just bring up some of the chat's comments on those team.
I haven't read it yet. I saw a bit of abuse in the comments, but
there's a lot of abuse in the comments.
Look, Owen agrees with me. That's what matters, right? If Owen agrees with me, you know it's good.
You just love the abuse. That's all it is. We know.
Okay. Right. 2 seconds. I'm just bringing Ant's team up. I wonder if the chat can guess who Ant's put in. And it's a weird formation-ish that you've gone for, Ant. I think.
Well, I did say to you that footballers don't stand still. So although you could put a formation out, but that's not necessarily where those players are going to be all the time. They can move about. For example, in a back three, back five, on the pitch you've got your wing backs. On a graphic you've got your wing backs low, but in the game you want them to be bombing forward. So it's not static, is what I'm trying to say.
All right, well done. You've bought me enough time. I've got your team ready. So let's bring this up. Here you go. Talk to us.
Oh my god. I can't see it.
There you go. I'll make it bigger for you.
Let me make my screen bigger. That's better. Oh, you got Vlachodimos in there. Well done. I'm impressed.
Turner just kept getting his ass in the game.
Turner, really.
Okay, so Vlachodimos in goal, because I think we've seen enough of Turner for the time being. Vlachodimos, everybody keeps saying we've not seen him make any saves yet, but we've also not seen him make the kind of howlers that Turner's been making lately. So Vlachodimos in goal. The three at the back, I think that's a very strong back three there. That should be able to cope with most things. I've got Murillo in the middle, so that if he does decide to go on a little run up the pitch, you've still got two centre backs there to cover him. Yeah. Then you've got your wing backs in Williams and Toffolo. Williams is the one I'm expecting to go more forward, and Toffolo hold back a little bit. But if Toffolo does go forward, then Williams can hold back a little bit. Then you've still got a back four in effect. In the middle, Sangare in his position as a number 6. Dominguez and Mangala, I think they're ideal for those midfield roles. They're both dogged. They're both good players. They both put everything in. MGW in his natural position as a number 10. And then Chris Wood, because he is our centre forward. I'm sorry, Origi, I can't get on with the guy. At least Wood has scored a goal or two. And that's it. And I think that would work.
Unbelievably, the chat are liking your team. And I'm seeing more positive.
The chat have hated 5-back all season, and now all of a sudden they're liking it.
But I've explained to them how a difference between Nuno's 5-back and Cooper's 5-back is a 5-back, i.e., with Cooper, you have 5 defenders. In this 5-back, you've got 2 wing backs that will bomb forward.
The problem is
that's the difference.
And the problem is you've ruined the whole formation because you put Chris Wood up front.
Yeah, I knew you'd say that, but but maybe Chris Wood. Look, I'm not daft. I know that Chris Wood is not a very good striker for us. I know that, but maybe part of the problem was the defensive shape we had as a team. Wood was often isolated on his own. What's he supposed to do?
I've got a question.
I understand Tyro's different. You give Tyro the ball at 35 yards out and he can sprint with it. Obviously, Wood can't. I accept that. But if Wood's in that penalty area, when Williams or Toffolo bombing forward and put a ball in, he can nod the ball down. And then you've got MGW plus either Mangala and Dominguez to run onto balls that he's knocked down. That's the way I'm looking at it. I'm not expecting him necessarily to score, although he might. He has done, So I think that for me, that's the best we can get with what we've got currently available. I mean, do you really think Origi's better than Wood? I think they're both.
He's fast. He's faster, isn't he?
He's faster.
Yeah, I can't believe you've dropped Elanga.
Yeah, talk to us about that. So you've dropped the wingers, Elanga and Callum Hudson-Odoi, who you've been a big fan of, Ant.
And
you kind of go on.
It's very simple. I've dropped them so we can incorporate 2 wing backs because I still think we need to be solid in defence.
You can still do that with a 3-4-3.
You can, but that's not as secure as this. This is my choice. Don't question it. No, I'm kidding.
Well, no, we are going to.
The game is not. Sorry, but the game is 90 minutes long. If after 70 minutes we're 0-0, then you could think about bringing on a striker, taking off either a midfielder or a defender, can't you? You've got that option. Let's not go a goal down before we start. Playing on.
Yeah, Eds, what do you think of this team?
Yeah, I don't like not having either Callum Hudson-Odoi or Elanga in there. I like the setup. It's tight. It's a tight knit. And it would work if we're in a more defensive formation. But that's what I don't want tomorrow. I want us to be more on the front foot tomorrow. I want us to be attacking, and that's why I wouldn't go with that formation personally. But I like it. I do like it.
No, just to respond to that, I think that can be an attacking formation if you get your wing backs bombing forward, and you've got Morgan Gibbs-White in his proper position. That's an attacking position for him to be in. And then you've got Dominguez, who can also run past.
And I'll be honest, if it was Newcastle we were playing tomorrow, I'd be happy with that line. Apart from Chris Wood, I would agree with most of the guys in the chat. I'd switch Origi with Wood just because he's a bit more mobile. But if we were playing Newcastle tomorrow, I'd go with that setup.
I don't have any problem with anybody wanting to swap Origi and Wood round. They're kind of interchangeable. I'm not too. I'm not wedded to it.
Origi. What an insult to Origi.
Oh,
how can you insult Origi
terrible.
like that before Christmas?
Origi is terrible, honestly. I mean, at least Chris Wood's got a goal or two. I mean, Origi's not even looked like getting a goal or two.
All right,
he nearly scored. Last game? From outside the box.
Sorry,
what game we
I've gone blank on that one.
Finally, Villa are winning. Finally, sorry to interrupt.
Thanks for that.
Thank
goodness for that.
Tell me
let
what.
me bring you up the team he's gonna go with, guys. Right, and let me say my piece before you lot in the chat attack me. Okay, before you lot in the chat attack me, let me give you the reasons why. All right, that was some cracking keeping by their keeper. Anyway, all right. Oh, be gentle on me, right?
Oh my god, he's got a defender.
Suarez. Wow.
Okay. Firstly, my opening gambit with this, right, is the players have not worked. Okay, there are players that have been sidelined. They haven't worked. It's time to make some changes. Okay, so I'm bringing Montiel in at right wing back. I think he's really good going forward. Not so great defensively. And I have been the biggest hater of Tavares. I didn't want him at Forest. But attacking wise, he is actually half decent. He can get himself a goal. Okay.
I agree.
Now, the back three is the back three. I think that's pretty much what we're going with, unless, of course, we see Felipe in, because let's not forget Felipe and Nuno know each other, I think, from his time at Porto, I think it was. So anyway, right. And I get what you're saying, Joe. I get what you're saying. Tuffalo's been decent, but I don't think attacking wise Tuffalo is as good as Tavares, right? So that's one thing. Now, Mangala and Sangare, Nuno wants to play with two holders, and they're two physical guys in there who can hold it. It's been disallowed, for God's sake, man. Right. Sheffield United, their brown envelopes. So I like that. And then up front, I probably would switch Elanga out for Callum Hudson-Odoi, right? But because I kind of like Elanga, the idea of what he did against Arsenal, those 20 minutes coming on, cameo, blah, 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 right? Williams, for me, has impressed me these last few games, but I still don't rate him defensively. So I'd put him as a right winger. And I would drop Morgan Gibbs-White because you can't fit him into this 3-4-3 system. And then Origi, you could put Wood there, you could put Ant there, maybe even Ez. I don't really care. There's no one quite good enough, right? That's what I think it will be, something like that. I'm just saying. So what do you guys think about that one?
That's terrible team.
I think it's awful. Why is Williams playing as a right winger?
Because he can play as a right winger.
We're feeling sorry that we let Jono go, so we'll put Williams, his teammate, there instead.
Have you not thought he was good going forward, Crypto?
Yeah, but I wouldn't stick him up the pitch.
As a wing back.
As a wing back, yeah, I wouldn't play him as a right winger, because then
is he better attacking or defense? Is he better at attacking or defending?
About half and half. I think he's all right defending as well. I mean, I wouldn't have put Tavares out. Isn't Tavares due to go as well in Jan?
All right, maybe he's going, maybe he's not, but the players are available still. He can use them. All right.
Yeah, but what's the point setting up with this? And then, if we set up like this in 10 days time,
if Tavares got in now and played the next 3 games, he'd stay. He's only going because he's not been at a game.
Maybe.
If Nuno showed him that he loved him and wanted him as part of the team, he'd stay. It's not Arsenal that want him back. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Do you know the other change I was
we had a
contemplating?
different manager, didn't we? We had a different manager who's got different ideas, different views. He doesn't
Yeah,
want
I
to go
get your
bombing
point,
forward, does he?
Yeah, but can
Don't
you
you
not
think
see?
that kind of?
Why
I was
is
going to say, don't you think
Montiel
that kind of decision would have already been made, whether he's staying or not? We wouldn't leave it any later than this, would they? Sure.
I don't think it's necessary. Well, we don't know, do we? It's pointless. But I don't think so. I think if he played the next 3 games and he was told he was part of the team, I think he'd stay. Why?
Yeah, I
he?
guess so. Yeah, the new manager's got to have a chance to have a look at him, hasn't he?
It's the new manager thing, isn't it? You know,
I mean,
everybody's got a new chance.
the worst thing about that team is I can still see Wood on the page. You know, that basically says he's going to make the bench, which is not really acceptable.
Wolfie, surely it's poll time.
It is poll time. I'm just doing that now. But before I do, I just gotta add something, right? Because do you not see the point I'm making? I'm not necessarily saying these are the right players. Like, I contemplated taking Mangala out for Santos because I want to see what he's like on the pitch. My point with this team is a statement that there has to be change. If he goes and fields the same team that we've seen Cooper field in the last 2 games with Yates and Czech Kyoto in the middle, then what's the point? That's the point I'm making here.
Yeah, no,
there
we're not going to
put them in though, did we?
No,
None of them put
them in.
I didn't say you did. I didn't say you did. What I'm
you
saying
know what?
is,
If I'm just going to make a slight tweak to that, I would go, like I said, 4 at the back. I'd drop Niakate, and I'd probably go 4 at the back. Whether I'd have one,
he's our best defender.
I would drop Niakate. No, I don't think he is. I would drop Niakate, and I'd keep Murillo and Bolly as centre backs, and I'd probably change Montiel out for Aina as a right back. But I have got no opposition with Williams playing in a 4-3-3 on the right hand side. I've got no problem with
that. Ez, that point about Niakate, it wasn't up for discussion. It was just a fact.
Ooh, statement.
I've heard your facts, Crypto, and I'll stick to not.
Well, at the moment, it's close between me and Ant, the footballing geniuses on this panel.
Oh, wait,
and Ez and Crypto are exactly
not that close. Not that close.
Let me read them out. So Ez and Crypto on 12% each. Ant's on 44%, and I'm on 31%, right?
Oh shit! I voted Graham by accident. Fuck's sake.
You know it makes sense.
Oh, no, even worse, I voted for Ez.
Can I just remind everyone that Ant had Wood in his team, right? I'm just saying, right?
I also have the best formation with the right players in the correct positions, 0%. May I say?
I've got to say, I like Ant's formation. I can't do a recap. I can do a recap on the other 2's team. All right, here you go. Here's a recap. The keeper's wrong, but whatever. That's Crypto's team.
Yes.
4-3-3.
Tomorrow, if we win with a false 9, then everyone in this stream, including all the chat, can send me an apology on Twitter.
That's Crypto's team, 4-3-3. There's Ant's team, Christmas tree, I guess you could call it, yeah, with Wood up front. There's Ez's team. None of them have got Turner. Okay, ignore the Turner team.
That's just Wolverine trying to win by cheating the team sheets.
Psychology, yeah. There's your 4-2-3-1 from Ez's. I like the formation. I don't mind that team either, to be honest. But he snuck Felipe. Ez, you snuck Felipe in there. I just clocked onto
attacking. There's no way you can have all those attacking players tomorrow.
Ez hates Niakate, doesn't it?
Why, Ant? Why? Why not?
Because we won't. We won't.
Why not?
Because we won't. Because it's the wrong team.
Have you not been asking for attacks?
Have
you not been asking for more attacks?
Yeah, and my team will provide that, but it'll provide it in the right way.
And it's gonna fall on his sword.
That was the politician's answer. That was.
And then this was my team, right here in the 3-4-3 formation. By the way, who's the one who's been doing all the studying on Nuno's tactics? Who's the one who's educated you lot throughout the week about what Nuno's going to do? He's going to go 3-4-3. Trust me on that one. Okay. So the vote is, I can't believe Ant's won this. 48% to Ant.
I'm not being big-headed, but when I saw those, I thought, that's why I said, can we have a poll? Because when I saw your lot's lineups, I thought, it's in the bag.
Yeah, but you got Chris Wood in your team.
No, Crypto, that makes it more embarrassing for you because you're in last place and he had Chris Wood in his team.
because Ez is basically 1% ahead of me. I voted for Ez by accident. So if you swap that around, Ez would be last.
You said you voted for
I've
Ant,
been
you
trying
liar.
to undo it, but I can't.
You
Crypto's
two
in last place.
you squabble at the bottom. I don't care. You know.
Well, no, Crypto's in last place with 9. Ez in third place with 11. Ant with me with 31% and Ant with 48%. So Ant, I think all these ones who want Nuno out already, maybe they want you in next. Charlie, let's not start this. His head's already big enough as it is.
Everyone who voted Ant, you should be ashamed of yourself because you're basically saying you want Chris Wood in.
It's true.
No,
it's
they're
true.
just basically saying
Take
we
a
know
long,
ball.
hard look in the mirror before you go to sleep tonight and have a think about what you've done today.
No, they're thinking we know ball. Me and Ant.
I think me and Chris will see eye to eye. That's what I think. All right. Well, what are you doing here, Rob? Man? What are you doing? I was roundly lambasted the other day for suggestion we need a goal out of Wood and build the team from that. I'm not against Chris Wood playing, but I said this the other day. He's got one chance for me. That's it. And then he's dead to me, man. He's deadwood to me after that. If Nuno goes with Chris Wood tomorrow, I'm fine with it because I think it can work in a Nuno system. But if he messes up, goodbye.
That was my point. That was my point. That you've only seen Chris Wood in a Steve Cooper team. Let's give him a chance in a Nuno team. If it doesn't work, then yeah, get rid. That's absolutely not a problem. But let's give him a chance. Can I just read out some stats from the Aston Villa Sheffield? I'm starting to get really wound up now with the Aston Villa Sheffield United match. Expected goals. Sheffield United 0.00. Possession Aston Villa 81%. Shots on goal Sheffield United 0. Villa 1. What's going off? Come on, Villa. Come on. I've got to beat the drop. Well, mind you, no, we've not got to beat the drop, have we? Because it's Christmas Day. I might get away with it. But come on. They can't beat Sheffield, then they should sack that bloody manager.
No. Imagine this, Ant. Imagine this. Villa's win record at Villa Park is going to be busted open by Sheffield Wednesday. Oh God, man! What was that goal ruled out for? Offside?
I think someone said attack on the keeper.
You know what? If they get this amazing away draw, they'll have 9 points already. It's only end of December.
2 off Derby.
Got 9 points already.
It was Derby 11 or 12.
11.
Derby 11.
It's 12 to beat them. Okay. Anyway, let's focus back on the more important team, Forest. Right, Ez. What style of play are you expecting to see tomorrow? Are you expecting to see a counter attack, a low block, a full-blooded attack? What do you expect Nuno's going to want to try and show us tomorrow?
Oh, it's gone above 5. Over.
All right, I'll send that
as it's after the watershed, you're allowed to answer.
I'll send that question over to you, Crypto, bro.
I mean, I think he's going to go false 9. I think in the training.
Forget formation there. I'm talking style. Are we looking at an attacking team, a defensive team, a low block, a counter attack? What are you thinking is going to come?
I don't think it'll be a low block. So I think it will be defensive, potentially with 5 at the back, but it won't be. I'm going to say it's going to be like a positive defensive tactic. So
what does that mean?
So we'll sit back a bit.
He says Ed sounds like Mr. Blue Sky.
We're going to actually try and score. That's what I'm trying to say. I think tomorrow we'll try and actually win the game, which is something we haven't done in a while. We're not going to go full low block. There's not going to be 10 Forest players sat back in our box. That's not going to happen. We may sit back and defend and hit them on the counter. But I think, like you've said, he's going to try and play some fast players, probably some wingers or wing backs, and try and get the ball forward and score. So look, it'll be interesting. I think it'll be completely different from what we've been seeing so far.
Just quickly to all you lot taking the mick out of Ez, right? He's on Virgin and he's got like 500 speed. I can't remember what it is. It's not his internet. It's the goddamn laptop has conflict with StreamYards for some reason. And bless him, it's absolutely boiling his blood. So be nice to him, please. Right?
Yeah.
Just take the piss out of that or something. I mean, everyone on Twitter did. You're used to it. Anyway,
we don't like to talk about that.
Do you agree with what Crypto is saying there?
I think it'll be. I'm imagining it would be what Nuno's famed for, and that is counter-attacking. So we'll be solid at the back, but there will be emphasis on going forward. That's what I think it will be. I think it'll be a totally different game to what we've been seeing lately, which was basically just sit at the back. This will be defend well, but attack quickly and often.
Yeah, but even against Bournemouth, do you expect that? Because let's be honest, you said it yourself. It's only Bournemouth, blah, blah, blah. Are you really expecting that? Or should we not actually be looking at some kind of possession-based football here? Maybe some quick attacks. You know what I'm saying? I can't understand if you're saying this against Newcastle.
I'm not expecting that to come straight away. I can't see us going from Cooper ball to expansive passing possession football, even if that's the long-term aim, which it not necessarily will be with Nuno. But I think what he'll concentrate on is being solid at the back and attacking fast, using those wing backs, getting the ball in, using the midfield to pass through. That's what I think will happen, because that's Nuno's style, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it'll be massively possession based to begin with, because first of all, you've got to teach the players to pass. But it's gonna be more of that counter-attacking style, I think, just not sitting back so deep.
I don't know. You know what it is, right? I don't know what to expect, and that's the bit that makes my ass pucker up a little. But it also makes me excited as well. It's like, what can we? Just Crypto turned into S, and it's like I don't know what to expect. I kind of get excited by that. It's the first time for a while. I've said this all week. I'm really, this time tomorrow, boys, we will know if Forest have won or lost. And that thought there just scares me. Excitedly scares me.
Yeah.
It is, because I think there's a lot riding on this. I'm worried that people may turn on him if we lose, that if he wins, I'm probably, if we win and win comfortably, I'm going to be freaking calling in the next Pep. You know what I mean? It's like,
I think that's half the problem, is that because the fan base is so divided, half of wanting to get a decent performance tomorrow is so we don't get all the crap from that lot, because they will come. They will come. If it's a 1-0 loss or something, they will come. They won't have any valid arguments, mind you. It'll just be Cooper would have done better. It won't, they won't be able to say why. We've had no evidence of that, but they will come. And I don't want all that, because you've got to give this manager a little bit of time. A little bit of time. He's had 2 training sessions.
Yeah,
it's fair. Yeah, it's fair. All right, let's get the score predictions in. Chat, go for it. Good luck. Good luck. I'm going to start for once. I fancy a 2-0 comfortable win. I think we'll score once in the first half, and then the 54th minute we'll get the second one. And I think Sangare used in his correct position.
He's back.
Hi.
So is it just me that's?
Can you hear me now?
No, I think
No.
I think Wolverine just logged on Ez's laptop for a few seconds.
Hi, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Fine.
Yeah, that worried me because all my screens went black, and I was just predicting a Forest win, and it's like a sign to say, "What are you talking about? Have you not seen us?
Think again, young man. Think again." You've got time. We've blacked it out. You've got time.
Literally, all 3 screens just went black, and I was like, "Crap!" All right, so 2. It's not going to be 2-0. I'm going to have to change my predictor league score on that. I'm not going to go first now. Go on, Ant. What do you think the score will be? Let's get some of the chat.
I've just checked what I've predicted, and I've predicted 1-0 to Forest, and I'm going to stick with that. and we'll stick with that. I think
Is it going to be a comfortable 1-0?
We'll secure that defensive third, and then we will get them on the break at some point. So I'm going to, we're not going to score a load of goals because, as people quite rightly point out, we ain't got a goal scorer. But we should be able to manufacture one between all our attacking.
You put Chris Wood in your team.
Yeah, I know I have. And he'll probably score the one.
Are you putting Chris Wood down on the goal sheet?
No, I don't do that. But it wouldn't surprise me if Chris Wood scored. He has scored before, It wouldn't surprise me. And believe you me, I'm straight round to Crypto's house if he does straight after the match.
All right, Crypto, you can't say 69-0, right? So give me a proper score.
Or 690-0, as I saw you earlier on.
So I think 2-0 as well. I've just got a feeling that we won't concede tomorrow. And I know everybody hates the goalkeepers, but I actually quite like Big Vlak. I think he's all right. So I think if Big Vlak comes back in, which I hope he will, then I think we'll win 2-0 tomorrow. Where the goals will come from, I don't know. There'll probably have to be 2 own goals from Bournemouth, but I think we can do it. I think we can win without conceding.
Quick shout out to Sakura Himawari. I've probably butchered your name, for the 800 yen. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you guys. I'm a Forest fan. I'm cheering you from Japan. Look how global Forest is. Thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. And you Reds, we are worldwide. Look, guys, right? I'm gonna get shut down for this, right? Maybe I'm getting giddy. Maybe I'm tired. It's been a long week, man. I haven't seen my bed since Cooper got sacked, right? But I think we could really, really, really slap him up tomorrow, man.
God, the bounce, the manager bounce.
Right, he's lost it. Time to end the stream. He's lost it.
No, seriously, think about it. Like everything's lining up for us to slap them, because manager bounce for a start. I mean, it'd be such a Forest thing though to lose. To the manager bounce has the reverse impact, but it hasn't on our last two. It hasn't on the last two, right? And they're all saying, "Shut up." I'm just telling you what I'm feeling, right? I just think that we could, if we got an early goal, and trust me, Sangare is going to score tomorrow, right? And if we then just dominate, pop the cherries, basically, right? I think it could be 4-0.
4-0?
4-0.
I was thinking, because it's really windy at the moment, like properly windy, like trees are blowing over. I've got a feeling that Morgan Gibbs White might score. Because if Morgan Gibbs White kicks it about 5 yards to the right of the goal, like he does normally, the wind could just blow it back into the top corner.
Yeah, but that's all well and good. What are you going to do about the height issue? Because it's 5 yards wide and about 20 high.
I don't know. He can, if Ez
he might miskick it. He might miskick it.
Line it up with the top of Ez's head, and it'll probably be the right height.
Sharky with the £2. He's saying 3-1. He believes. Thank you, Sharky. 4-0 isn't that much crazier than Sharky's 3-1. I'm just saying. Just stop, right? If Forest win 4-0, I want apologies. I want from all of you lot with your jinxereens in there. I want apologies. All right, this has been an absolute.
I will come on with banners with your name on it if we win 4-0, mate.
Or if we play a false 9.
Or a false 9. Timothy's right. You can't jinx a new manager bounce. It's unstoppable.
Yeah, but Chris Wilder lost his
I don't care about the stupid blunts, man. Seriously, like, oh my god,
drawing 0-0 at Villa. What the fuck? What the Villa have had one shot on
lose,
target.
Man. They'll still
Villa
lose.
have had one shot on target, and Sheffield United have had 0. What a great game that sounds like. Oh no, they've had 2 shots on target now. Sorry, it's just updated.
All right, this has been a disaster of a stream.
I've enjoyed it.
I still have enjoyed it though. Tomorrow we got the watch along for you. We may do a pre-match kickoff around like 1:30, something like that. I don't know yet. If you guys want it, we'll do it. Let us know. And then we got to watch along. Then we'll have the player ratings. And then after the Arsenal Liverpool match, we'll probably do a calling because I'll be interested to get your guys' thoughts on what you think about Nuno's first game tomorrow. Win, lose, or draw, I think it would be good to do. So we will see you all tomorrow. We're going to go and I don't know what we're going to do.
Sleep.
Sleep.
We're going to go and argue about Chris Wood.
We probably will.
Yeah,
off
we'll
stage
argue for
now,
about an hour behind the scenes and then we'll sleep.
Honestly, it always happens. Thank you so much for watching. Quick last shout out to Max with the 199. You absolute legend. Looking forward to us scoring 30 out. If Billing scores a 30-yarder again, I am done. All right, we will see you for the build-up or the watch-along. I haven't decided yet. Sorry for the mess that is a usual FFTV stream. Come on, you Reds.